Hi, David Herb here, your Washington, D.C. tourist guide. Today I'm at Freedom Plaza. Freedom Plaza is a plaza located between 13th and 14th Street Northwest on Pennsylvania Avenue. And there are a number of statues that have been put up here for our 250th celebration. Behind me is a statue representing the spirit of liberty. Let's take a look. Quite an inspiring statue with her sword raised to the sky and a scroll, I assume, representing the Declaration of Independence. What's really interesting about the statues on this plaza, 6 of them of the 12 other statues are dedicated to Black Americans. Let's look at each one. This is a man named Jude Hall. Let me read you what is on the plaque here. Hall escaped from slavery and joined the 3rd New Hampshire Regiment. In May of 1775, he fought at the Battle of Bunker Hill, where he was thrown headlong after a cannonball struck the ground near him. He fought at Ticonderoga, Trenton, Hubbardton, Saratoga, and Monmouth. At Monmouth, he earned the nickname Old Rock for his strength and heroism. Hall served until peace was secured in 1783. Here we have a patriot named Caesar Glover. Let me read the plaque here. Glover was 8 years old in 1750 when he was enslaved in Africa and sold in Massachusetts. At the outbreak of the Revolutionary War, he enlisted in John Glover's Marblehead Men of Massachusetts. He participated in the unit's heroic actions, including the miraculous rescue of George Washington's army from Brooklyn Heights and in moving the Continental Army across the icy Delaware on Christmas Day. Glover served 3 years and obtained his freedom after the war. Caesar Glover. Next, we come across a man named Samuel Poor. Born enslaved, Poor purchased his freedom before the war. He is remembered for his heroism at the Battle of Bunker Hill, which was so exceptional that 14 officers signed a petition requesting that Congress grant Salem an award for his actions, stating that he, an enlisted man, behaved like an experienced officer and a brave and gallant soldier. Poor later fought at White Plains, Saratoga, and Monmouth and endured the winter at Valley Forge. Poor resided in Boston after the war. Salem Poor. Next, we come across a man named Jack Sisson. Born into slavery, Sisson volunteered to join a daring nighttime raid in Newport, Rhode Island to capture British General Richard Prescott. Sisson steered the leading boat in the raid and broke down the British general's door. The raid succeeded without a shot fired. Sisson later joined the 1st Rhode Island Regiment, which included black, white, and American Indian soldiers. He fought in the battles of Rhode Island and Yorktown. After the war, he returned to Plymouth, Massachusetts. Jack Sisson. If you've ever been to the Spy Museum, you know about James Armistead Lafayette. He's featured there. Born into slavery, James was one of America's first double agents. He infiltrated the headquarters of both British Generals Cornwallis and Trader Benedict Arnold, and posing as a runaway slave, fed them false information. He also sent true reports back to Generals Washington and Lafayette, helping them win the Battle of Yorktown after the war. At the urging of Lafayette, the Virginia legislature granted James his freedom. James adopted the surname Lafayette, built a farm, and raised a family. James Armistead Lafayette. Now we come across a man named Peter Salem. Born into slavery and emancipated in early 1775 at the age of 24. Salem enlisted in the local Massachusetts militia and fought in the first battles of the Revolutionary War at Lexington and Concord. Salem also fought at the Battle of Bunker Hill, where many credited him with firing the first shot that killed British Major John Pitcairn. He also fought at Harlem Heights, Trenton, Saratoga, Monmouth, and Stony Point. In 1780, Salem returned to Massachusetts, earning a living weaving chair seats and baskets. Wow, shot the Major Pitcairn. So I hope you enjoyed this presentation. If you'd like to see more of Washington, D.C., please give me a call. I'm again David Herb. My phone number is 717-253-0692. My email is davidgherb@gmail.com. And if you'd like to check out our night tours for larger groups, the company I work for is DC Nation Tours and Travel. Check them out online, DC Nation Tours and Travel. Hope to hear from you soon.